Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a little update video on the brand new Lord of the Rings mod that has actually recently changed its name. It's now no longer the Heroes of Middle-earth, it's now the Tales from the Age of Men. And today we're taking a look at everything new with this mod. I made a video about 2 weeks ago going ahead and letting you guys know about that this mod was being made, and since then they've done some pretty insane progress. They are steaming along, which is very exciting to see, and they're also showing all of this stuff off on their Discord. They're very open with their development, which as a fan it is very awesome to see, because we actually get to see the mod being developed bit by bit, which is really cool to do, and I really appreciate that they are taking the time to actually go ahead and do that. So today's video we're going to take a look at the new progress of the map. This is Gondor that you guys will be seeing on in the background. We also have tons of new armors that have been made and a lot of Rohan armors, which is again awesome stuff. Then we also have some XML, so we're seeing some of the troop trees being made, and then finally there's a few weapons that have been developed, but still a lot of stuff is still very much work in progress, so just keep that in mind. So let's start off with the map. This map was made by Swan, and he was really tasked with putting down all the settlements, crafting the overall of the map of Middle-earth, and we can see Gondor in its entirety. We saw Gondor of course, and now we're making our way over to Pelargir and soon into Dol Amroth. They've gone with a very I guess a little bit of a different style. Gondor is very mountainous, and in the map that they're using, I think they're using Tolkien's official map, a lot of this kind of off into the west is very mountainous, and you'll see it, and I think that'll make for a really interesting campaign, having these terrains which you're going to be making your way over, and obviously kind of funneling the AI and also you as the player into these certain areas. But I think it looks really good. They've done a great job. I especially like where Dol Amroth is placed as we make our way over. But you guys can already see the huge mountain ranges of Gondor right here, and I'm sure some paths will be added in. So Gondor is now 99 I think % done from what Swan did say, which is cool to see, and also here. However, now he's moved on to working on Rohan, so Rohan is going to be the next map focus implementation, and I think he said roughly Gondor took him about a month and a half to do, so that's kind of a good time frame for what we'll be seeing. And there you go, there is Dol Amroth as well off into the sea, looking absolutely glorious right there. I love the look of it. And on top of that, you might be thinking, oh, it'd be cool if they add in some more details here and there. Well, that is of course going to be done now that Gondor is done. I believe Swan's going to be moving in and working in on Rohan now, and then a few other modders, people like Lemmy, and I think a couple other people are now going to be going in and looking to like spice up Gondor with just the kind of like improved textures, extra terrain features and stuff to actually make it feel alive. As you get back to Minas Tirith as well, you can see the beacons as well, which looks awesome. How cool would it be, again, if you're in a war and you have a quest to actually, and you actually have to, as a player, go up and light the beacons to call Rohan for help or something? That'd be very cool. And then finally, we of course get a little glimpse of Minas Tirith itself. I think as a whole, they've done a great job with Gondor, and I'm really excited to see them take on Rohan and again start to really fill out a lot of the map. I think Swan's done an incredible job with Minas Tirith and Gondor, and also as well all the icons they've been managed to go ahead and acquire have been really cool. A big thing about this mod is a lot of it is commissions, so the main modder on this has basically paid a lot of money. They actually show a breakdown of it, but they've paid a lot of money to commission armors, weapons, the actual sprites you're seeing, and a ton of other stuff. But that does bring me on to my next point, that they do now have a Patreon that you can support the mod if you want to. All the Patreon money goes directly towards commissions, getting different armors, weapons, etc. And you can obviously support them, I think for as little as $2 to $5 I think is their lowest tier. So again, if you want to go ahead and show some love, show some throw some cash to help them commission more weapons or armors, etc., then you can definitely go and do that. And they also do have a breakdown of what's going where, what costs what, etc. So if you want to see where that Patreon money is going, they also have that, so they're fully transparent, which I think is a really cool way of doing it. And even if we can just get like one additional piece of armor or weapons, etc., a month, that's just going to help speed up the process of this mod. And as I mentioned, the main mod developer has already commissioned a lot of stuff, so he definitely does have his his heart on his sleeve when it comes to this mod, which again is really awesome to see, and it makes us very excited for the future. I thought I would just go and mention that so you guys are aware of it. I'll leave a link to that as well as their Discord down below in the description description. So even if you just want to go and follow this project, you can do so. It's very simple by just hitting up on their Discord. They have, as I said, very, very open with their development. You'll be able to see all the new updates, etc, etc. Now let's move over to some of the armors that they've been working on and showing. Some armors are already in game, some are still work in progress. So we'll start off with some of the armors that are in game, and I believe these have been rigged, etc. So again, you guys get a little glimpse of what they would look like actually in game, and these are going to be some of the Rohan militia armors that we'll be seeing. So these won't be the heavily armored dudes. These won't be like the knight, the heavy cavalry, etc. at Rohan are going to be so well known for. But again, they look really, really good. These will be a lot of the more peasant-esque armors, but even still, they look pretty good for the Rohan. Again, I love all the embroidering of the horse lords on it. I think they look really good. They've done a very nice job, and a lot of the armors do look pretty unique as well, especially just for militia. Then we'll move on to some more of the heavily armored. So these will be more of the professional soldiers, and these aren't actually in Bannerlord yet. These are just kind of rigged up and are kind of just developed outside of that, so hopefully we'll see them actually in game. But you get a good little glimpse of what the Rohan roster will look like with their cavalry. Again, the shields I think look really cool. I think shields are such an underrated thing in a lot of these overhaul mods. They're kind of like neglected, and they get looked at towards the end of a mod's development, which is understandable, but I think it does just add so much more seeing a custom shield rather than a Bannerlord shield that we've seen for so many years. And again, I love to see that they have also been a focus point. So again, the Rohan roster looks really, really good. I think especially the helmets look awesome with the actual horse kind of coming out of the helmet as well. So yeah, there'll be several variants of these warriors, and a lot of these armors will be mixed and matched. While staying on armors, we also get a little glimpse of a few of the Gondorian breastplates as well as the overall look of them. And again, I believe these are also in game right now as well, so you can see them in all their glory. This is like one of the first Gondorian pieces to be done. I imagine it's going to be one of the more higher tier warriors. There are also several variants of helmets that have already been done as well, so again, there's going to be lots of variety in the units when it does come to Gondor. But I think the breastplate looks great. I love the under armor as well, the Gondorian Trion. I think that looks awesome. And yes, there's going to be some really, really cool Gondorian soldiers, and then there's a little clip right there of the Gondorian armor just spinning around. The Witch King is also getting a lot of love as well. So this is now just gone into texturing right now. So again, this armor is not done right at the moment, but again, looks really cool. You need the Witch King in some glorious armor, so when you do fight him on the battlefield, you do truly fear the fear of a god among men. So yeah, his armor is going to look really, really good. A lot of the detail is now being implemented in, and I think it looks really good. There's a lot of high tier stuff on there, so hopefully we can watch him wielding like a flaming sword in the game or something. But yeah, really good stuff there with the Witch King's armor. And finally, on the armor front, we get a look at the Eastlings. So this is, I guess, a representation of what the Eastlings will kind of look like. I believe this will be like a mid-tier soldier, so you can see that in all of its glory. The Eastlings looking very awesome. Again, I believe some Eastling shields have also been complete as well already in the mod, so again, that'll be cool to see a fully armored Eastling moving forward. And then finally, in the armor front, we do get a very much work in progress elf. So again, you can see the elven armor starting to come together. I think it of course still needs to be textures, and a few more pieces need to be added into the elven armor, but again, the elves are coming along as well. So there's a wide net being cast out when it comes to the armors. Lots being done, and just it takes time to put them all together, but you guys can see there's already a lot. The new armors, we also have a first little glimpse at the clan screen as well for Rohan. Obviously keep in mind that the Theoden and stuff like that is all going to change, but we have the banners and the houses. The houses of Rohan are very much subject to change as well, so if you want to go over and maybe suggest lore wise, you can do that over on their Discord. They're very open to feedback, and they always mention a lot of this stuff is very much just kind of placeholder or work in progress. But you guys can see the first kind of implementation of Rohan in the clan screen, which looks awesome. I'm really hoping later on down the line they're going to be able to get some cool custom Lord of the Rings UI as well. I know the Dance of Dragons mod has some beautiful custom UI, so again, I hope that they can get some done for the mod itself, just to make you feel like you're in Middle Earth. And finally, let's take a look at the troop trees that have been developed. Again, these are still very much a work in progress. Stuff may change, units etc might all be moved around. Again, these are just kind of placeholders to kind of push us forward and kind of give everybody a good idea about what type of armors that they're going to be working towards, etc. So yeah, we get the Gondorian army right here, starting off with the footmen going down to a sword variant down the left hand side all the way down to Tower Guard, and then a spear variant going down all the way down to Fountain Guard. Over on the right hand side, the archers go just normal kind of Gondorian archers, and then on the right hand side you have the Aphelion Rangers. Be interesting to see if they do kind of mix this up, whether, you know, all the spearmen will be going up to Fountain Guard, or if maybe that's a kind of a spur off from just spearmen, because, you know, Fountain Guard are more of like a pikeman. So again, as I said, work in progress stuff, but it's still interesting, and I think it's a very interesting unit tree. Their noble troop line will be cavalry going off into Gondor veteran knights compared to Knights of the Silver Swan, and I really hope they do focus in on giving each of these units like a different role, because a lot of the time, why would you ever go veteran Gondorian knights over Knights of the Silver Swan? So hopefully maybe one's a lot faster, maybe one's like tankier, rather than maybe the Knights of the Silver Swan have better polearms, etc. I hope that is a focus in the mod, obviously later on down the line. And we make our way over to Mordor. So again, Mordor's going to be much more of a rabble formation. They start off with some snaggers going into Orc Warriors, and then that Orc Warrior line goes down into the veteran Orc Warriors, and you can kind of choose between the Mordor Bonebreakers or the Spearmen, and then obviously over on the right hand side you can go into Warg Riders, and then obviously just a Orc Archer line, and their noble troop line is going to be kind of basically infantry based, which is kind of cool. So you can go down the Mordor Uruks of Barad-dûr or Minas Morgul, and again, you know, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they do Mordor. Hopefully they have larger armies, just not as good, but obviously using their numbers to their advantage, being able to muster larger forces will be very cool. And then finally we make our way over to Rohan. Rohan of course going to be horse lords. So on the left hand side we do have their infantry lines. We have 2 infantry lines going down to obviously 1 spearman and 1 heavy axeman line over. Then we have an archer line, a pretty smaller archer line, but an archer line nonetheless. And then finally a horse archer line in their main recruitment. And then finally they're going to have also a the other picture that I have is also just for peasant as well. So hopefully we'll see. I think like they deserve just like a normal cavalry line in here as well. So they have a base cavalry line, not only horse archers but just a normal one. And then of course I think I have their noble troop line in this list. Maybe I do. Oh yeah, I do. So then here is their noble troop line again. It's all going to be the elite heavy cavalry, but I would like to see maybe an elite, just a normal cavalry line in their base recruitment to just give them more cavalry. That's what Rohan is of course all about. And that is going to do it for this overlook at the awesome new Lord of the Rings mod. As you guys can see, the mod has been in development about a month and a half now, and it's already been doing some really amazing stuff. So a big shout out to everybody working in on this mod. You guys have been doing an incredible job, and it's also so good as well to see the community. There's so many awesome veteran modders just coming in and helping out here and there, giving advice, obviously just giving, you know, their own expertise as well to the mod. So it's really cool. It's really cool to see. It seems like a very exciting and interesting project, and if you guys want to see me keep on showing you guys updates whenever there's big news or there's enough stuff to stick in a video, let me know by dropping a like and a comment down below. And of course, don't forget to go and show some love to the mod by joining their Discord, and of course if you want to, you can support them on Patreon. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next one.